Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. Let's start this video off with Mr. Olympia Hadi Choopan, who is bent over rowing a crazy amount of weight and also doing drop sets. Hadi is working very hard going into this year's Olympia to retain that title. I heard he's even training twice a day. And with Hadi Choopan training like an absolute animal, and he's also under the guidance of Honey Rambod, be looking forward to him to improve going into this year's Olympia. And I've said it numerous times, an improved Mr. Olympia is very hard to beat. And in the next update of the day, we have some recent updates from Carlos Thomas Jr., who is looking absolutely crazy right now. This is 100% one of the most impressive physique updates I've seen this year. Really hate that this guy had to pull out of the New York Pro due to health issues, but Carlos should be shooting for a show later this year. And it looks like Carlos honestly got bigger everywhere, but his waist stayed the exact same size. This guy's gonna be a very dangerous bodybuilder this year. Now, of course, Carlos needs to bring the back up, and we haven't seen that yet. His rear lat spread is pretty good, but the rear double bi still needs work. But this guy is so impressive from the front. Also has some crazy arms, crazy side shots. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing this guy hop on a bodybuilding stage. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Hassan Mostafa ahead of the Toronto Pro. We should be about 2 weeks out from this show. Hassan looks to be in pretty good condition and also looks very bubbly, especially from behind. Judging off of this, I'm pretty confident that Hassan will come in shape to the Toronto Pro. And this back double bicep is going to be very hard for a guy like Iain Valliere to beat. I think Toronto is going to be a great show. Hopefully some other names hop into this show. Now, speaking of Iain Valliere, as you guys know, he loves to post these very small updates. Let me know in the comment section below, guys, 2 weeks out, Hassan Mostafa or Iain Valliere. Now, Iain is being coached by Matt Jansen, and as we know, Matt doesn't really miss when it comes to his clients. They almost always come in at 100%. Now, in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from Sergio Oliva Jr. Now, even though you blocked me, Sergio, we're still going to discuss your physique, because you are a pretty good bodybuilder. Now, I'm hearing rumors that Sergio may be competing in the Cali Pro, and I think he will be great competition for Stuart Sutherland in this second place spot, because I believe that Tonio Burton will still win the Cali Pro even if Sergio shows up. Now, those two guys have competed against each other before at the Legion Sports Fest, and Tonio actually beat Sergio at finals when he just moved up from the 212 division. Speaking of Tonio, let's talk about him. Very impressive back updates ahead of the Cali Pro. And as I just said, Tonio Burton is my pick to win this show, whether Sergio shows up or not. Antonio is a very dangerous bodybuilder, and I think a lot more people will see that come to Mr. Olympia. A lot of people are comparing this guy to Dexter Jackson, the guy that has won the most pro shows out of any men's open bodybuilder. And in the next update of the day, we have a recent update from James Hollingshead. And in the caption of this post, James said as of right now, he has absolutely no plan, which does bother me. James said he plans to stop competing within the next 2 years, so I think he needs to be on that Olympia stage this year. But we only have about 10 or 12 Olympia qualifications left, so if James doesn't qualify soon, he's going to be battling against Hunter Labrada, Andrew Jack, guys like that competing for an Olympia qualification. Honestly, I think it's possible that James Hollingshead doesn't even compete this season, but that's just my personal opinion. And in the next update of the day, we have some recent updates from the Black Swan, Breon Ansley, who is looking very dense. And hopefully Breon gives us an update soon about his plans for this year. Is he waiting around for a special invite? And if he doesn't get it, will Breon just take the year off? As we know, Breon is in his 40s, so I don't really think he would take a year off from competing, but I'm not sure if he really wants to do a show or if he's just going to sit around and really wait for that invite. But if Breon does manage to make it to the 212 Olympia this year, he is a wild card. If I compare him to Kamal El-Gardney, I honestly think he could beat him, and Kamal was third last year. But it's also possible that Breon doesn't place in the top 5. Now let's switch over to Stephane Matala, who recently posted up a crazy update. This guy is showcasing a lot of detail, and I guess we're just going to watch him slowly lose all his muscle as he goes down to the classic physique division. And let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think? Is it really possible for Stephane Matala to lose 42 pounds from his initial weight to compete in the classic physique division and still be competitive? Or will he lose all this muscle and look like a completely different bodybuilder? I guess we will see, because it looks like he's very determined to compete in that classic physique division. Watch out, Chris Bumstead. And in the last story of the day, you guys are currently looking at Missy Truscott, our current reigning fitness Olympia champion. And Missy will be sponsoring the prize money for the first ever Adela Garcia Classic and she also got a custom trophy made. And I think this is very big for the sport of bodybuilding. If you guys don't remember, Sarah Villegas has done this twice before with her distinction award with a trophy of her. Big things going on in the sport of bodybuilding, especially going on in women's bodybuilding and fitness. I think more channels should cover this story. And let's go ahead and wrap up today's video here with the archive of the day. Probably one of the easiest archives to get so far, but you guys let me know in the comment section below, who is this bodybuilder? And as always, I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video. If you haven't done so already, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Krishan from GOAT Fitness, and that's it. I'm out.